Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel that knows nothing. I'm Jim and let's get to it. I have had like the most shocking start to the day ever. I was supposed to go to university today, but we have a problem with parking. And I decided to be like, oh, it was fine at like 9 o'clock. I'll just leave it like 10 past 9. And traffic was so bad, I didn't get there until like when my class was like starting. And I'm trying to get into the car park, but no one is letting me in. It's in a street and like I pretty much have to give way to everything. And it was abysmal because people were beeping their horns at me and I could hear them shouting at me. One guy even like got out of his car, knocked on my window and he's like, hey, you're letting all the other people in. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I can't go if someone can't like let me in. It's just like they're all being assholes because they want a spot. And admittedly that, you know, I probably would have let 1 or 2 people in, but no one was letting anybody else in. So there was like a queue of cars. And so I just decided, you know what? This class isn't compulsory, so it doesn't even matter. But I was so upset that so many people like were yelling at me and beeping the horns, and it's like the stress of that doesn't make it any better. And it was just annoying that this guy was like, actually got out of his car and banged on my window. It's like, what has the world come to? Why are people like fighting over like freaking car spots? Why does it feel like the Hunger Games in here? Anyway, today, after that little rant, we are playing B Room Cliff. In this little box there is some names. I'm not sure if anyone heard me. In this box, this tissue box, there are some names. Woo! I almost spilt them everywhere. There are some names. And I'm going to pull out 3 and see which one I actually want to be, which one I want to be roommates with, and which one I want to push off a cliff. I'm not sure what names are in here because I did this a while ago. I think there's some bad ones. I don't know. But hopefully this will brighten my day because it hasn't been great so far. Round 1. This actually makes so much noise. It feels really loud. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. 1. Oh god. 2. And 3. So, we have 3 names are. We have Wesley from The Princess Bride, Clary from Mortal Instruments, and Elphaba from Wicked. Oh my god. I don't know. I mean, I know who I'd push off a cliff. Clary, I'm sorry, but she annoyed me on some levels. Like, some levels she was actually like kind of cool, but I don't think I'd want to be roommates with her because her life seems very complicated. And I don't think I would want to be her because her life is so complicated and I wouldn't want the stress of that. I think there's no way that I see myself as like Wesley from like The Princess Bride because I don't think I could ever be him. So I think I would be his roommate and I would be Elphaba because I can relate to like the way she like thinks about things and like her life is not anything like mine, but you know, everyone feels like an outsider, but her more so. But probably be Elphaba and room Wesley. Yes. Round 2. Just want to mix it up a bit. Okay. 1, 2. I think I just spat everywhere, but whatever. 3. Okay. Okay. So number 1 is Tessa from the, not the Mortal Instruments, from the Clockwork series, the Infernal Devices. I can never say it, so I apologize. I'm just gonna call it the Clockwork series from now on in. Number 2 is Annabeth from Percy Jackson, and number 3 is Aristone from the 3 Dark Crowns. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I could be wrong though. I say it Aristone, but it's not spelt like that. I'm just going to put how it's spelt up on the screen. Like, Arsenone? See, when you say it like that, it sounds all wrong, but I think Aristone sounds better. You know when you read a book and you just see a name, you're just like, oh, okay, that's that name. Like, I feel like many people do that, but she's by far my favourite sister in the Three Dark Crowns. It's a really good book. If you haven't read it, it's just amazing. It's like a sister Hunger Games like thing. Every sort of like, there can only be one queen, but like once a queen is sort of like coming to the end of her reign, she has 3 babies, and then each of them have like some sort of special gift. And so there's Poisoner, and then there's like one that is like friends with creatures, and then there is, what else is there? Let me check. So there is, this is the book right here. If you don't know what it looks like something like this. This. It's pretty good. I really liked it. There's probably going to be a trilogy, I assume, from how this one ended. Or a duology, who knows? But there's Mirabella, Catherine, Arsenone. I think that's how you pronounce her name, which is like unfortunate. So Mirabella is an element, Catherine is a poisoner, and Ashtone is a naturalist, which is like friends with animals, and sort of they have a friend companion thing. But it's really good, and I highly recommend it. It's like a sister Hunger Games sort of vibe. I mean, like, not yet, but it will be kind of the vibe I got from it anyway. Let me just talk about books. Anyway, so I think with these 3, I would push Tessa off a cliff because she thoroughly annoyed me. And I'd want to be Annabeth and be roommates with Arsenone. Aristone sounds like so much better. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Freaking dyslexia ruining lives for me. Round 3. 1. Oh my god, I pulled out 2 at the same time. There we go. That's good enough. Number 1 is Jonas from The Giver. I love that guy. Ren from Reboot. And Gatsby from The Great Gatsby. Well, that is quite. 1 is dead, and 2 are basically on the run. So, who knows? Okay, also if you don't know what Reboot is, it's kind of like a zombie book, but not so much where the zombies are like, you know, want to like kill people, but also a little bit like that. Basically they're dead for a certain amount of time, and then however many like minutes they were dead for, that's kind of like their like number. And Ren is like the oldest reboot, and like they reboot them and they bring them back to life, and it's kind of like really weird, and then they go and do stuff. And I haven't read the book in a really long time, but Ren was my favorite character, and she was the main character, and she was amazing. So I just dropped it. Great. I probably want to be Jonas because he is just a sweet, sweet boy, and I love him. And I'd push Gatsby off a cliff because he's already dead, so I don't think anyone would really notice or care, which is depressing. And then I'd be roommates with Ren. Yes, I like the way that worked out. Round 4. Yes, round 4. 1, 2, and 3. Oh shit. Number 1 is Gale from the Hunger Games. Number 2 is Leo from the Heroes of Olympus. And number 3 is Jem from the Clockwork series. I think we all know what's going to happen here. I'm going to be Jem. And now it's between these 2 characters that I don't like particularly. I really did not like Gale from the beginning of the Hunger Games. Like, I just didn't like him. Not because of what happened in the 3rd book, because heaps of people were just like, oh, you only don't like him because of this reason. I'm like, no, you do not get to decide what my opinion of him is. I just didn't like him ever. Peter, like Team Peter all the way. And Leo from Heroes of Olympus, I am told that he gets thrown under the bus in the last book, and that is why I've been hesitant to read it. But I loved Leo. So Gale is going off a cliff, and Leo is my roommate, and I am Jem. So that works out quite well, doesn't it? Round 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. we have Will from the Clockwork series, Octavia from the 100, and Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Will is going off a cliff. I'm sorry to those who love him, but I was Team Gem, obviously. Like, can you just appreciate that? And then Octavia and Alice. Alice is, like, amazing, and so is Octavia. Octavia, like, in what I've read of the books, is so good. She's, like, very similar to her character in the TV show. So I don't know. Also, I don't feel like I'm much of a princess, so I don't know if I can be Octavia. So Octavia can be my roommate because she actually reminds me of my sister more than me. And I will be Alice, the weird one, so that's fine. Round 6. I don't think these names are actually, like, shuffling. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. So we have Evie from the Isle of the Lost. Why was that hard to say? I don't know. And then we have Luna from Harry Potter. Why was that hard to say too? And we have Jason from the Heroes of Olympus. I think I would want to be Evie, like 100%. I love her. And she's like, in the book, she is a little bit different than in the movie. And like Mal and her aren't as close in the book. In the first book, at least. And they kind of become a little bit close by the end, but not much. But I would probably want to be Evie because she's kind of like an outsider and I can relate to that on many levels. And so is Luna, so I'd probably want to be roommates with Luna. And that is actually like the cutest like little friendship there. Luna and Evie. Oh, and then Jason's going off a cliff because I just don't like him. I think he's just like... As a character, I feel like he's trying too much to be like Percy, and I don't like it. I'm like, no. Percy is the original. Stop trying to be, like, second to that. I'm sorry for those who like Jason. I'm sorry for those who like any of the characters that I'm pushing off a cliff because I feel bad, but, like, it's just me personally. You can do this and, like, you know, push my favorite characters off a cliff, you know? Half of them are dead already, but... Round 7. My hand gets stuck. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, okay. 3. It fell. Okay. So we have Lark from The Children of Eden, or Children of Eden by Joey Christopher. And then we have Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games. And then we have Thomas from The Maze Runner. That's quite a selection. I wouldn't want to be Katniss because I feel like, you know, she's been through a lot and I can't relate. Same with Thomas. And Lark is kind of... They've all been through a lot. Okay, I just don't know. Probably, like, be roommates with Katniss because... But then, like, I don't know how she's gonna, like, deal with that. Probably be Lark from Children of Eden because she's pretty sick. And push Thomas off a cliff because I don't have a good reason. He's just being pushed off a cliff because of default, really. Round 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I think this is the second last round. So we have Glass from the 100, who is not in the TV show, which irritates me because she is like a main narrator of the story and she's cool and stuff. Alex from the Land of Stories and Mal from the Isle of the Lost. Oh my god, that is actually going to be so hard because I love all these guys. I don't think I could ever be Mal because she's just too badass. So she'd probably be roommate. And then between... Why do these keep falling? Between Alex and Glass it's just difficult because Alex is like young. She's like 16 or something. And then Glass is older. And I'm just like, do I Like, there is no good, like, thing that's gonna happen here. Can they just both be, like, can I just both be both of them? Although I do feel like I'm more like Glass than Alex. I don't know. It's too hard. I can't make that decision. It's too much for me to, like, have those characters' lives in my hand. Like, I can't do that. Hands, not hand. But also, like, all of this, I'm like, I don't know, like, I don't know ethically if this, like, this is right. It feels wrong. Having, like, a character's life in my, like, hands. This is why I don't do the kill part of it, because I do ditch, because I don't know if I can kill these people and be responsible for that. This is the last round. Let's just grab them all. Oh, God. So we have Clarice from Percy Jackson, we have Peter from Narnia, and we have Cherry from Carrie Hope Fletcher's All That She Can See. Okay, Clarice I actually love so much, and I know she's like an asshole in the books and whatnot, but I actually really liked her as a character. I thought she was a very good, like for example, like, Harry Potter's, like, got Draco Malfoy. It's like Percy Jackson's got Clarice. Although it's, like, not exactly like that, but a little bit like that. Also, I don't think Percy hates Clarice, and, like, I don't think Percy really particularly hates, like, anyone with, like, a passion. Like, not unless, like, you know, unless they're bad or something. But Clarice, I feel like, isn't, like, bad. I feel like she's a good character, so I don't want to push her over a cliff. And I don't want to push Peter off a cliff either, because I have sentimental reasons about him. And Cherry, she does good things, so I'm like, this is all very debatable. I just don't know. It's too hard. I feel like be Peter, because he can go to Narnia, or up until a certain age. Then be roommates with Cherry, but then with Clarice, I won't be able to push her off the cliff, so I will fall, and I'm okay with that. And that is all I have for you today. There's no more left in there. I hope you guys like this video. If you want me to continue doing stuff like this, like pulling names out of tissue boxes and mugs and whatever, please give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you want to do this, you know, pick your own characters and do it yourself, because it's actually really fun. I'm actually really enjoying it. And I dropped that. But anyway, I hope you guys like, subscribe, because that's always nice. And I don't have a good reason. I am so out of it today. Keep dropping things. People yelled at me. It's not been a good day. Been terrible, and I already had a little rant about it, so I'm not going to go on about it, but I almost cried, and it was just not a good start to the day. And I have work this evening, and I'm just not looking forward to that either. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe, because that's always nice, and goodbye. Goodbye. I would